Hey, what's up, guys? It's good to be back on the calls after a wonderful TD Nation retreat. If you guys weren't at the 2015 retreat, make sure you get in on the 2016 retreat. We're already in planning for it. We've already got a block of rooms reserved at one of the hotels. We've already met with several places here in town to secure a bigger location because we've already outgrown everything. So this year we had about 110 and we were at the max. So next year we're going to do about 250, maybe 300 people is what we're going to allow. I don't want it to grow too big just because I don't want to screw anything up, basically. So 250 people, maybe 300 is what we're going to cap it at for the 2016 retreat. Those tickets have not gone on sale. We're actually going to sell tickets this year. But it looks like, just so you guys have an idea, it looks like it's going to be $50 per person. I'm not positive about that, but I think that's what it's going to be, and $15 per kid. And that includes a pasta dinner on Friday night and tailgating on Saturday, and also the dinner and celebration on Saturday night. So really not very expensive at all. We were able to pull some strings. I think we were able to get some pretty good deals and make it really fun in 2016. So we're actually creating a website for the 2016 TD Nation retreat. So we have a lot of things going on in the background that you guys don't know about, but we're working on all of that right now as we speak. Tonight's call, I wanted to talk about the upcoming boot camp. We're in the last week of our test group for the boot camp, and the results have been incredible. We have several people that lost over 14 pounds in just the first 3 weeks. It's not even through 4 weeks, that's through 3. But if you take the 200 people who turned in their forms, they're averaging about 2 pounds per week. So on average, everybody has lost 6 pounds through the first 3 weeks. But you know, the important thing about boot camp is not necessarily the weight loss. I mean, that's all going to happen, but it's really, you know, one of the most common questions we get as coaches is, you know, how do I hit my macros? How do I get the amount of protein you're telling me to get in my diet? And as a coach, it's really hard for us to be able to just tell you how to do that. The boot camp allows us to not only show you how to do that, but also teach you how to do it on your own, because everybody has different foods they like. So I can't, you know, necessarily give you a couple meals and that work for everybody. It's really difficult. There's a lot that goes into it. But with the boot camp, we've managed to do meal plans. We have 3 weekly meal plans. Each week is different. And we designed them so that if your spouse is doing it with you, you guys can follow the same meal plan. The portions are just different. So you guys aren't, you know, making, you know, turkey burgers for the wife one night and also, you know, meatballs for the guy the same night. We have the same meal plans for the guys and girls, just different portion sizes, and you can make those even bigger if you want to get the family involved. But the important thing is to show you that you don't have to eat chicken and rice every meal, that it doesn't have to be boring. We've included a ton of recipes that are really, we have everything from meatballs, turkey burgers. What else is in there, Joey? Pizza. What are some of the other things?
Bruschetta.
Bruschetta.
The infamous root medley is in there.
Yeah, the root medley. There's so many recipes in there that keeps your food and meals not only interesting, but also allows you to get not only the macronutrients locked in, but also give you a wide variety of micronutrients, so your vitamins and minerals, because our bodies are really complex. And if you're just eating chicken and rice every meal, chances are you're probably missing something that your body needs. And your body's really smart, and it will take from other places and maybe make you suffer somewhere where you shouldn't. So It's important to get all those, you know, the wide variety of foods in your diet, just to make sure you're getting all the macronutrients, but also the micronutrients. And that's what the boot camp teaches you guys to do. And it also allows you to cheat a little bit if you want to, which is really cool. And then we've also got some, you know, fast food alternatives in there. So if life gets in the way and you've got to go to McDonald's or whatever, we show you how you can go to McDonald's if you had to and not ruin your diet. So it's really something that's going to set you up for long-term success. So let me tell you guys real quick. I've already posted, but just to kind of go over a few things, let me tell you guys what you get when you join the boot camp. We are going to limit it to 250 people because we want to keep these groups small so I can keep track of everybody. So what you get is I've been working with my web design guy, David Jeffries, and we have put everything into an ebook, and it's got, you know, cooking tips, the meal plans, all the recipes. It's got 3 weeks of meal plans, 4 high intensity interval training workouts, and, you know, you get a private, more intimate group, and then just a better understanding of how to design and execute your own meal plan. And we do that in week 4. But you get a free ebook with that you can download and print out for you. The cost is $25 per person. We did a survey after the test group had went through, and we said, you know, what would you value the boot camp? And we gave them the options of $10, $15, $20, $25, or more than $30. The overwhelming majority of people who have been through the boot camp said they would value it at more than $30, which is really good because, you know, we put a lot of time into it and they're all getting results so they can see how valuable it is. But, you know, on other online boot camps, they're not really ran like ours, but I know several online boot camps that charge $120. So for us to charge $25 for, you know, 3 weeks of meal plans, recipes, and some workouts you can do where you don't need equipment that are really good for fat burning, it's an amazing deal. So you know, if you can't afford $25, what I suggested to the couple people that said they didn't know if they had the money is just put $5 in an envelope for a few weeks, and when the next one rolls around, you'll have the money. But we tried to make it extremely affordable for everybody. And then, you know, if there are requirements where you can actually get in the boot camp for free, and those are, you know, all of the coaches get access to the boot camps for free because, you know, they spend so much time helping everybody. I didn't want them to have to pay to do this. And then if you've, let's see, if you were part of the test group in the boot camp, in the first boot camp, then you can go through as many boot camps as you want for free. You know, that's just our way of saying thank you for doing it and filling out those forms and giving us your feedback. And if you had signed up since our first boot camp filled up, you know, some people we had to put on a waiting list. So if you were put on the waiting list, then you can go through the next boot camp and get your ebook for free. We're not going to charge you for that. If you've ever purchased a challenge pack in the past, so Beachbody Program and Shakeology, again, you know, we want to thank you guys for doing that, and also give you access to the boot camp and the ebook for free. Or if you buy Shakeology within 30 days of the boot camp you're joining, then you also get in the boot camp for free. So, you know, one of the amazing deals that TD Nation offers that no other team is offering, if you buy a challenge pack, so let's say you get On Demand, you're going to get $3,000 worth of programs now. There's $3,000 worth of programs on Demand. You'll get a month of Shakeology. You'll get the TD Nation ebook with meal plans and recipes and HIIT workouts, and you'll get access to the boot camp for free, basically, because we're not charging you for the boot camp. So you'll get all of that for $140, which is just an amazing value. So what will happen is the boot camp goes live on May 18th. That's when the next one starts. Next week, we are going to open it up and start adding you guys. So right now, there's no links to click on or anything. There's just in the file section, just a sign up sheet. And that's where we're putting the first 250 people that went in. Those are the people who will get into the first, well, I guess the second boot camp. But there's no links yet. Next week, we will have finished the ebook. It's almost done. Once it's done, your coach will email you a link. If you qualify for the free ebook, then they will give you a coupon code and you can enter that and you'll be able to download the ebook and your coach will add you to the new boot camp group. If you're paying the $25, then your coach will send you a link and you'll pay through PayPal the $25 and you will automatically get, you will automatically be able to download the ebook and your coach will put you in the new boot camp. So that's kind of how it's going to work. But all of that will happen next week. But if you guys want in, make sure that you go to the file section and add your name to the boot camp list. And if you don't know where the file section is, go to welcome.tdnation.com and go through step 1 and it will show you how to access the file section. So did I miss anything, Joey?
Workouts. What kind of workouts are required?
Oh yeah, so okay, so for the first group, and I thought about this, and I haven't talked about this with the coaches. For the first group, I did require that they do 3 weightlifting workouts per week, and that they use a Beachbody program. And I did that because you guys were part of a test group, and I wanted the results to be awesome. And I know that the only way that you're going to get amazing results is if you are doing resistance training or weightlifting 3 days a week, along with cardio. And more than likely, you need to be doing a Beachbody program so that they can show you what muscle groups to work, when to work them, the intensity at which to work at, and you know how much or how little to rest in between sets. All of that's really important. You just can't get that on your own. So I wanted people to, I wanted to make sure that people were training the proper way for the first boot camp. So I made it a requirement to either be doing a Beachbody program that had resistance training or working out with a personal trainer. For these other groups, since you guys, some of you guys, well, a lot of you will be in the group because you've bought a program and Shakeology. So, we're not going to require that you do workouts. I'm going to highly recommend it. If you want the best results, stop doing what you think is going to work and start doing what your coach knows is going to work. And that's the best way I can put it, because we've trained thousands of people and we know what works. So I know a lot of people think they know what works, but trust me, I'm just going to be really arrogant and say that I probably know more than you about what works and what doesn't. And I'm telling you that resistance training, along with cardio training in the form of a Beachbody program, is going to get you better results than just going to a gym and trying to do something on your own. So that's going to be completely up to you guys. I am not going to require that you do workouts, and I'm not going to babysit you like we did the first group for the rest of the boot camp. So that's going to be totally up to you. I would hope that you take my advice and that you do some type of resistance training via a Beachbody program while you're doing the boot camp. That is going to ensure you get the best results. But if you don't want to do that, then that's totally up to you. That's you have your own mind. You can do what you want, but I would advise that you do a Beachbody program with resistance training while doing the boot camp if you want the kind of results that we know the first group got. Does that answer your question, Joey? I don't know if I had even told you guys that yet, right?
Right. What about, is the fat still going to be a part of it?
Yeah, so every week we have a fitness activity tracker form, or FAT for short, a FAT form, and I will still require that everyone fills out the fitness activity tracker form every week. It's a really good thing for me to see. I can keep track if we always ask if you're struggling with anything, and if I see that somebody's really struggling, then I can send a message to their coach and say, hey, might need to reach out to this person because they're really struggling. They're not losing weight, and we need to find out why. And we've done that with several people in the group. So yeah, we'll continue the fitness activity tracker form. That's really the main reason why we're keeping it to 250 people, so that I can keep track of all these forms. If we go over 250, it's just too big of a group. So, you know, we want to make these smaller groups more intimate, more manageable, and we want to be able to give you guys all of our attention. What else, Joey?
Not seeing.
And, oh, you know, one other thing I wanted to mention is, so for the groups, you know, one reason why we wanted to actually charge for the boot camp, you know, obviously we're not in this just to make a ton of money. If we were, we would be charging everybody $25 to join the boot camp. But there's more people that are going to be able to be in the boot camp for free than what we're charging. However, that being said, you know, we started the first boot camp and we had a bunch of people join, and I asked people very specifically, do not join unless you are certain that you're going to go all in and that you're going to complete the 4 weeks. Within 2 days, we had a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but enough, you know, 10 to 15 people who had taken spots of other people drop out of the boot camp group. And, you know, my thought was, well, of course they're going to drop out, you know, in the first couple of days, because they didn't have any skin in the game. They didn't pay anything for it. They don't value it. So the reason we're charging people for future boot camps is because we want you guys to see the value in it. We want you to put some, we know, and we know this through Beachbody programs as well, the people who actually pay for programs rather than, you know, copy them and get them illegally are much more likely to actually finish a program. So, you know, those people who have got it illegally, the studies show that they are just, it's not likely that they're going to actually finish a program because they have no skin in the game. They haven't paid it. And I want you guys to value the boot camp. And if we're going to, you know, put up 250 spots and I'm going to throw so much time into helping you guys, I want you guys to have a little skin in the game, and feel that you're getting, you know, your money's worth. And if, you know, if you get through the boot camp and you don't feel like it was worth, you know, what we told you, let me know and I'll refund your money. You know, I don't have a problem doing that. But just from the first group that went through, all 200 people, all of them are saying it's worth every bit of $25. So I don't have any doubt that you guys are going to see an amazing value in it. Anything else I missed there, Joey?
I don't think so. I'm not really seeing any questions out there either.
None, huh?
Nope.
Quick night.
Well, Steve Sample did post a little question for you. Did Alan really get beat in the 10K by a guy a decade older and 40 pounds heavier than him?
I heard he got beat by 7 seconds. So I heard. Speaking of Alan, make sure that you guys go vote for him tonight in the Beachbody Challenge, because he's up for $5,000. I've been voting for him every single day. Renee's been voting for him every single day, but we really need to get behind him and get as many as possible. I don't even know how many $500 winners, daily winners we've had. Oh, I'm losing track. Have we had like $8,000 winners? I don't even know.
I believe so.
It's been a lot, but we have not had a $5,000 winner. So that would be really cool if Alan's our first quarterly winner. He'd get $5,000 and a trip for 2 to LA, which would be super sweet. So we need to get behind him and vote for him.
If you guys need
what
the link.
What were you laughing at, Joey?
Well, Christy Neighbors just posted something, and I totally agree with her. She said, Joey Burdick, please tell the group that it is so worth it about the boot camp. I would volunteer to pay even being in the first group. It's so
Good.
true.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's been saying, everyone that's in the boot camp is saying how amazing it is, just because it's teaching them how to hit 50% protein, 30% carbs, 20% fat. And you know, there's out of the 200 people that are actually turning in their forms, we have about 5 or 6 that that aren't losing weight. That's 5 or 6 people out of 200. That's pretty good, guys. And those 5 or 6 people, we've been talking to them about reverse dieting, because my guess is that their metabolism is damaged when they started the boot camp and they were under eating a lot, because we've got the women on about 1,300 calories and the men on about 2,100 calories. So, you know, not a ton, but you should definitely be losing weight if you're working out 6 days a week on this diet. And like I said, the overwhelming majority of people are, but there are a few that aren't. There are a handful that aren't. And the great thing about the boot camp is, even if you don't lose weight, then you know, we have a course of action. We know how to fix that. Your road's going to be a little bit longer, but at least you have an answer, and at least you have a direction to take, where you can start reverse dieting, start repairing your metabolism, and set you up for long-term success. So I think everybody, every single person that filled out the last fitness activity tracker form said that they'd recommend boot camp to friends or family. So that's good.
Yeah, I think that's one of the main things to mention. I mean, everybody that's going to be in the boot camp is going to benefit one way or another. I mean, either, you know, you're hitting your macros, your calories every single day, and you're losing weight. If you're not losing weight, we know why, and we can help you fix it. We just got another question. On the 4th week of boot camp, are we able to use some of the menus from previous weeks, or do we need to start from scratch?
Yeah, you can mix and match. That's perfectly fine. So the way the boot camp works is we give you 3 weeks of meal plans where your calories and your macros are perfect. We teach you how to prep. We teach you how to, you know, use, like, for instance, Monday and Thursday the same day, Tuesday and Friday the same day. That way you're not preparing new meals every single day. We teach you guys how to prep your food and just make it more effective. So this person is asking, for the 4th week, your homework assignment is to do your own meal plan, because we don't want to just write everything out for you. We want to make sure that we've taught you how to succeed long term. If your coach isn't there, or, you know, we don't want to hold your hand the entire time. We want to make sure you guys are learning this. So your week 4 assignment is basically create your own meal plan, and you can mix and match from the previous 3 weeks. If you know, one of the questions in the next fitness activity tracker form for the last week of boot camp is going to be, what was your favorite week and what was your favorite meal? So I'm interested to see, you know, which week people like the most, and you guys are welcome to, you know, mix and match your favorite recipes from each week and create your own meal plan for week 4 if you want, or, you know, add some favorite meals that you already had into your week 4 meal plan. But once you're done with boot camp, you're going to have 4 weeks with, I don't even know how many different recipes, but if you have all of this knowledge at your fingertips, you can't possibly be bored with the food you're cooking on a diet. It's right, Joey?
I was horrible. I mean, because I posted my 4th week meal plan, and I copied the 1st week of boot camp because they were amazing recipes. I mean, I loved every single one of them.
Yeah.
So I was bad, but I loved it, except for the salmon.
And every week you're just getting, you know, you're getting so much variety in your diet. That's what's good, and that's how your body thrives, is from variety. And often too many people who go on diets are eating the same couple meals day in and day out. So what happens by week 3 is that they're sick of it. They're sick of having the same couple meals over and over again. So I think this is, if you really want to catapult your weight loss, then man, if I would have had this at my fingertips when I started 4 years ago, I'm actually jealous of you guys from all the tools that you have, like, right at your fingertips from the get-go. It's pretty awesome.
Yep. I wish I had this from my coach when I first started too.
Yeah. So those of you that are new to TD Nation, like, oh my gosh, for so long people have been asking me to create meal plans, and I fought it because and Joey knows I'm stubborn, and I hate feeding people answers. I like to make sure people are actually looking for answers before they come to me, and then if they don't know, then ask. But so, and then just creating meal plans for people is just so hard because everybody has different tastes, and I could send you, okay, you know, eat sweet potatoes and oatmeal, and the first response I get back is, well, I don't like sweet potatoes and oatmeal, so what can I have? And I'm like, oh my God. You know, go into MyFitnessPal and figure out the same macros for oatmeal, but you know, you multiply that by the thousands of TD Nation members, and it is enough to drive you a little crazy. So you know, I finally caved, and I was on vacation, and I was sitting there thinking, you know, what's the one thing everybody's asking me for that will really fire people up? And the only thing I could come up with was meal plans. It's the same thing people have asked me for years and years, and I knew it was going to be a lot of work, but I thought when I get back, I'm gonna put this meal plan out, show people how I prep food, and you know, just how I've done it. You know, when you get into boot camp, if there are things you don't like say you don't like sweet potatoes, and you ask me what can I have instead of sweet potatoes, I'm not going to tell you the answer. I'm going to make you go look in MyFitnessPal, look at the macros for sweet potatoes, and then find something that you like, because I might give you an answer and you might come back again and say, well, I don't like that either, and I'm just not going to get into that game. So part of boot camp is getting into MyFitnessPal and figuring those things out. So yeah, it's a little bit of work if you don't like the things that I have. But now if you go to MyFitnessPal and you look and you can't find something, and you genuinely tried, and then you come ask us, then you know, we're happy to help. A lot of times people will post in the group, and you know, some people will have some really good alternatives to something that was on my meal plan that a lot of people don't like. So it's a really good group to catapult your weight loss and get your transformation going on the right foot from day one. It's worth every bit of $25, and if you're getting it for free, even better.
It's a huge learning tool. I mean, it's huge. I mean,
yeah, and like I said, you know, I think one of the coolest things about the way I've always done my meal plans is, you know, not like some people when they start off, they will go like Monday and they'll list everything they're going to eat. Tuesday they'll list everything they're going to eat. Wednesday, and every day will be different, kind of. But with this meal plan, the way I do it is I do Monday and Thursday the same. So when you prep your food on Sunday, you've already got Monday and Thursday meals the same. There's enough time in between them that it doesn't feel like you're eating the same thing every day. So
I did just get another question. People seem to know me. Maybe it's because I post too much. So Joey, what did you fix in place of salmon?
Oh, that's a good question. So you can go ahead and tell them.
So I actually went onto my
homework.
What?
I said, although I'd rather them do their own homework.
I know. So I actually did go into MyFitnessPal, and I started putting in, I think somebody posted they were having shrimp, so that sounded really good. So I plugged that in there and kind of compared to salmon. Not even close. And then I plugged in mahi-mahi, and it was pretty close. But then I plugged in a fillet of halibut. They were almost spot on. So cool. I chose halibut.
Cool.
So I still had fish.
Yeah. And there's lots of things like that. So, but you know, then you know, right? Then, but what's cool is when you're doing this, you start to realize what foods have more protein, what foods have more healthy fats, what foods have more carbs. And then when you're designing your own meal plan, or even if you're winging it during a certain day, you can kind of go, all right, well, I know I probably haven't had enough healthy fats in my diet, so maybe I can have, you know, half an avocado this day, or you know, if you go out to dinner and you haven't had enough healthy fats, hey, I can have salmon tonight because I've been light on fat all day, and salmon has fat in it. So you know, things like that. It just really helps you to be able to know the macronutrients of foods and you know, set yourself up for success even on the fly.
Yeah, this isn't just a 4-week plan. This is the rest of your life. I mean, if you learn how to do it now, you're set.
Yep. Yep, and you'll learn it and pretty much master it in 4 weeks. So.
Melissa asked, I have a Beachbody program. Do I use that, or do you give us a workout schedule? So speaking of schedule, what about the HIIT workouts?
Yeah, so good question. So the we give you 4 HIIT workouts, high intensity interval training workouts, and those do not require any equipment. They're basically cardio workouts with a little bit of you know, some push-ups and burpees and that type of thing. But for the most part, it's just high intensity interval cardio training. It's just to get your heart rate really high, drop it for a few seconds, get it really high again. It just burns fat longer after you stop working out. So we have 4 of those with modifications. We have videos. The HIIT days are on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Those are your designated HIIT days, and those HIIT workouts are optional. So in the first boot camp, everybody was doing a Beachbody program with resistance training or working out with a personal trainer. 99% of the people were doing a Beachbody program that contained resistance training 3 days a week. So like P90X, P90X3, Chalene Extreme. A lot of people just activated their free on-demand account. You can get on-demand for free for 30 days. A lot of people just activated that, and then they had like $2,000 worth of programs. Although now I think Body Beast and something else has been added, so now you have like $3,000 worth of programs if you get on demand. So you can do it really cheap. But following a Beachbody program is the best way to go if you want results. And then you can add those 3 HIIT workouts on top of your Beachbody program if you want to and if you feel up to it. A lot of people did, a lot of people didn't. It just kind of varied on how they felt. But I think a lot of people were really enjoying the HIIT workouts because we named them after some of our top coaches in the group, and it was really fun. So
They were all of them were awesome. The only one I have not tried is the Massacre. I just haven't tried that one.
that one's brutal, man. It's brutal.
I read about that one today. I forgot who did it. And
Russell.
Russell. Yeah, and he was complaining about his legs. It's like, oh, great.
Yeah, it's brutal. But the cool thing about the HIIT workouts is, you know, you can do them for as little or as long as you want. So, you know, maybe you only feel like 5 minutes of HIIT that day. Some days you might feel like 30 minutes. It's totally up to you, however hard you want to push yourself. Obviously, the more you do, more fat burning you're going to have, bigger calorie deficit you'll be at. So it's just up to you guys. But everybody seems to really like the HIIT workouts.
They really do. They're a huge hit.
They're a huge hit.
I think I'm not seeing any more questions, sir.
Cool. Awesome. This guy likes them. So let's see. I think that's it. Penny, if you're listening to this, we're thinking of you. Speedy recovery. Get well. I tell you guys, there was nothing as cool at the TD Nation retreat. Well, there were a lot of really cool things at the TD Nation retreat, but a couple really cool things was Penny, who was told she could never walk, she was never going to be able to walk again, on chemo medication, doing burpees at the live workout with her cane next to her. Freaking amazing. It was so inspirational. And then, you know, Brian Beam had lost, was 148 pounds?
150 now, Lance. 150. You just posted the picture.
Oh, my goodness. So Brian Beam, well, at the time of the retreat, it was 148. So, you know, we had everybody stand up that lost 5 pounds or more, and we had everybody, you know, start sitting down as we went up, and Brian Beam was the last man standing. And this is a guy that couldn't do a single push-up, and told me right before the workout that he had got up to 3 but couldn't do more than 3 push-ups. And then during the workout, I can't even tell you how many he did. And we even had a bonus round with a burpee race, and I told everybody that was optional because everybody was running a 5K that night. And I look over, and Brian is sitting there, and he's in the bonus round knocking out burpees, and then finished his first 5K that night. And
Stop it! You're gonna make me cry again.
and then we had Tyler. Tyler lost over 100 pounds, and he finished his first half marathon. Michael Halia finished his first half marathon and just crushed it. I mean, was like 7-minute miles or something for the entire half. What else did we have, Joey? Who else was there that just killed it? Ivy we had a little. She's lost 80 pounds. I mean, if you go look at Ivy's before and after picture, it's one of those TD Nation transformations that'll blow your mind. And she ran a full marathon a couple of months ago, and so this was going to be her second full marathon. She wanted to do it under 5 hours. Well, we had bad weather, horrible weather, and they stopped her at mile 16. And she was on pace to finish at 4 hours and 57 minutes. So just incredible. Who else was there that I'm missing that had just an amazing? There were so many amazing stories.
Everyone.
Yeah, everybody. It was so cool. It was really. I can't explain to you the energy. You just can't explain it. You just have to come to know what the energy's like. But I mean, Saturday it poured down rain, and we sat at my house for probably 6 hours and just talked and had fun. I mean, it was incredible.
And sitting in your basement watching everybody walk down the stairs.
Yeah.
Doing the TD Nation hobble.
Yeah, the TD Nation hobble. Yeah, we were all walking funny, and then Phil had my basement looking like a movie studio with all his fancy camera equipment, and wait till you guys see the video Phil's putting together. It's gonna blow your mind. But anyway, it was just a great weekend, and just made me so freaking proud of everything that we've done and continue to do, and just just made me proud of what TD Nation is. It's incredible.
I am so ready for 2016. Let's go.
Yeah, 2016 is going to be awesome. Who knows? Now that I'm talking about it and I get so excited, maybe we will have more than 250 people, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's getting a venue and everything with more than 250 people is it's a lot of planning. I quit my real job so I wouldn't have to do all this stuff, but we're getting so big, and everybody's loving it so much that it's causing me a lot of work. That's okay though. I love it. I'm doing what I love. So that's it. That's all I have tonight. It's good to be back, and we'll have another call next week, I'm sure. That was all the questions, right, Joey?
Yep. I just checked again. That was it.
Sweet. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful night. If you guys need anything, let us know, and we'll start getting you the links to the boot camp next week. All right. Later, guys.